life, baby. It's alright. What have you gotta lose? And you're giving me life, baby. It's alright. It's all in the way you move. Distance, don't need a reason. A couple of people with mutual feelings. I could be something that you could believe in. Cause I'm never down when I'm down with you. Cause you're giving me life, baby. It's alright. What if you gotta lose?
Hello everyone. I know I confused some of you this week because I'm supposed to be putting my videos out now on Sunday, which is definitely still happening. I honestly just needed a little bit of break from kind of all social media and creating. Not so much the creating part. In my last video you probably saw that I was talking about a creative rut, and I would say that I was in a little bit of a creative rut. Like, I have all these ideas, so many ideas, but I can get pretty overwhelmed very quickly when I have too many ideas. And then again, just the fact that I wanted a little bit of a break from the social media. So a couple days late on this video, I'm sorry, and thank you for everyone who messaged me wondering if I was okay. You guys are so super sweet. Okay, so you all know how my videos work. We jump into what the title of the video is about, and then we go and do a creation. You can probably see the background behind me. I am in an extremely beautiful location, which you will see that later on in the video, and I'll give you a little bit of history about it. But this video is honestly about social media. And I'm gonna try and talk about it like as quickly as possible, so this isn't a super long video. But I've been thinking about social media a ton, and there's so much to say on this subject. And I am like one of the biggest believers in the creator economy. Like, it's amazing. I don't think people realize just how powerful this new economy, ever since like Facebook came out, has actually been growing, and people have been able to make a living off of whatever they create, whatever their passion is. But there's also a downfall to the rise of social media, and that is obviously the younger generation and like what they're being exposed to. So I think about this a lot, and I'm a big fan of like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of it. I love it all, and I have a little piece in each and every single one of them, and I love seeing funny reels and dog reels and getting lost in that content. But I think where the dangers lie is, again, what the younger generation is seeing, and what I believe is like our responsibility as influencers to be teaching this younger generation like healthy things. And I often get lost on like how I can do this, and I know that I already am to a certain scale, but obviously I want to grow that and like maximize the impact that I can have on the younger generation, because I think it's really important to be teaching them like the right values and just kind of get out of this twisted world, because it is a pretty dark place. So with all that being said, I just want you guys to know that I really take my very small influencing powers, I take them very seriously, and fully understand like my responsibility of what I am putting out on the internet. And I would much rather be part of the problem for good rather than be adding to the toxicity of what social media is. And the way that I believe I'm able to do that, and what I think how other people can do that, is through authenticity, and like the main goal being that you are helping others through your social media. And that is what purpose is, and we all have a purpose, and we should all find our purpose. And part of purpose, again, is helping others. So yeah, I know a lot of you are much older than me, and a lot of you have families, and believe it or not, my audience is mainly men, and I know you guys have daughters, and just know that I truly am like thinking about them and thinking about their little minds, and I definitely want to help them like navigate this new world of social media. And just, yeah, live a really, really good life and hopefully pass on some of my creative juices to them and get them out doing similar things. Okay, enough talk. Let's go out and shoot. I hiked all the way up here, so we gotta go create a yellow dress self-portrait. So this area that I'm in, it is a bit of a hike to get up here. It's really short, but it is quite steep. So to get to the first lake that I'm at, it's 1.5 kilometers. And again, it is pretty steep all the way up, but it's beautiful. It is so worth it. I've been looking for areas just to kind of get away from the tourists. Not that I don't like the tourists are great, but when you're creating, filming, photographing yourself in the dress, you need that quiet. So did a lot more driving to get here and then some hiking, and there's obviously campers that are around, but I pretty much have this entire area to myself, and no one else, not one single soul, will have created a self-portrait here. I don't even think anybody's done any landscape photography here, so definitely excited that this is like the first of its kind at this location. Okay, it is shooting time, so I'm going to show you the scene, the idea behind it, and I definitely hope that it works out. I already have my camera set up, so let's zoom in here to see the composition. So obviously I would like to be sitting on that rock there, and then we have the two trees in the on the sides that frame it in, and then the beautiful mountain in the background. However, obviously you guys know me, I like long exposure, so I will be doing a long exposure to smooth out the water and then to smooth out all those beautiful clouds that are up there. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer for a bit more color to come, but yeah, that is basically the shot, and I actually think that this is gonna be really, really beautiful. I do have a lot of mess to clean up in this image, and I just can't change the fact that there's like this grass and sort of these dead trees. Like I could move the log out of the way, but this part will require a little bit of Photoshop, so it's just clean against the rock. But I would much rather do that, do a little bit of cleanup in post to ensure that I get the image. So I'm doing the long exposure right now. You can see I got my 10-stop ND on there. Probably gonna go for about a minute, and I am at f11 ISO 100. And the reason why I'm doing it now is because we have some gnarly clouds that are moving quite quickly. Of course they won't expose on the camera, but they are moving quite quickly, and then there's a little bit of a reflection there. It's actually really, really beautiful. So let's see what it looks like. Amazing! I'm very happy with that. Now it's time to get on the dress. Mission accomplished. I went into the water. The portrait portion of this is now complete, and then I also have the long exposure, which I'll show you. Let's get through all of these. So many of them, as you can see, I take coming in out of the water. I did it twice. Usually I always have to do it twice, but let's get to the long exposure, and then I'll show you what I'm going to be blending it with. It's actually quite beautiful. All right, there we go. So this one here, and I did that before I got in the water and started taking the portraits. Ooh, it is super windy out, oh my goodness. It's not a fun time having so much hair when it's this windy out. So yeah, okay, so the portrait is complete, and I'm really happy that I photographed the long exposure when I did, because if I didn't, I would now have no clouds in the scene. And I don't know if you guys know this, but as the sun sets and it gets cooler, the clouds actually start to disappear. So there's something to kind of like keep your eye on when you're out photographing. If there's really great clouds, even though they're not like the bright pink or the exploding reds, try to get an image of them while they're there, because you can then later use that if you are doing like exposure blending or whatever, composite blending or crazy yellow dress self-portrait blending. But I always think of that when I'm out photographing, especially if I see them moving really quickly. Then I know it's a high chance that by sunset there will be no clouds in the sky. Thank you so very much for watching, and please subscribe if you enjoyed this so we can help the channel grow, so ultimately I can help you guys more. And give it a like, leave a comment. You know I always love the comments. You guys are so awesome. And yeah, I don't think I have any announcements just yet, so we'll save that for the next video. But again, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed this image that I hiked my booty up all the way up the mountain for. Oh my gosh, it's windy, holy smokes. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.
You gotta lose.